Welcome, 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 welcome. Debs Cooper, global stressologist, here to talk about the strategies to rewire your mindset. Even just saying that has given me grief thinking about rewiring our mindset because it's not actually as hard as what we think. So I'm just going to give you that honest truth now. We think it's going to be hard, but it's not. Okay. Anyway, enough about that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you are here as a replay, hashtag replay, or if you're actually watching live. Let's see if my technology is going to work as I talk about strategies to rewire your mindset. And I think about that, and as I go to the same story, I'm repeating my story again and again and again. Let's see if this works. So right there and then, change your wording. Change your wording. I'm going to add that into my repertoire today because there's clearly something that I'm repeating over and over and over again. Anyway, my tips today are going to be in no particular order, no order, and so grab yourself from your note-taking device because I'm going to go and we're going to hit it. So you can use a pen, you can type into your notes, any of that stuff. We'll just make sure everything's turned off on silent because we are hitting it. Strategies to rewire your mindset. Now, this actually came from a topic when somebody says, when I said, what's some ideas on how to get through stuff? And actually, the person who suggested this one was telling that little voice in your head to get lost. So I've just reworded that. So this is actually literally saying about telling that little voice in your head to disperse, and I've just reworded the topic being strategies to rewire your mindset, but there's a little hidden agenda in there. So let's go with it. So note-taking device, tip number one or strategy number one is actually how to identify and reframe those negative thought patterns, because once you can see them, seen, heard, acknowledged, once you can see them, then we can actually look at reframing them, but we've got to identify them first. So you're going to catch your inner critic. Now, with that, you're going to become aware of negative self-talk. And I talk at negative self-talk. We're clearly going to do that. Whoops, something's just happened here. That negative self-talk. You're going to pay attention to your thoughts. So firstly is actually not to skim on this stuff. Pay attention to your thoughts. So when you say, I'm not good enough, or I always fail, or I can't do this, any of that stuff, there's multiple ways you can do this, and one of the ways I'm going to suggest is journal it. Just get it all out of your head. So there's different ways for time-wise. So first you can journal it, these thoughts, and then they help you recognize reoccurring patterns of who's around, what's going on. Or you can see the divine order, and I'm going to show you the divine order, but I'm going to give you another strategy first around this, and then I'm going to show you the divine order of this. So you're going to challenge and you're going to replace it. There's two things here. You can challenge and replace it. So once you identify that, and I say negative thought because usually it's a negative thought that goes, get out of here, you're not good enough, all those marathon of thoughts there. So once you've identified that, you can go, where's the evidence? Is this really true? What evidence do I have? And you're going to replace it with a balancing, empowered belief. So instead of saying I'm not good enough, you're going to go, actually, I'm learning and growing every day. I'm learning and growing every day. So you're just literally reframing that. Now, that's what you can do for that part. But there's also, as you know, I do the DeMartini method. And one of the things I've learned from that, saying check your internet connection. So please just give me a thumbs up if actually, or anything to say that you can see this is not jumping on you. This is not jumping on you. Thank you. So you can see the divine order. And so what you're going to do for every negative thought you have, you're going to replace that instantly with the opposite, which is a positive thought. Now, I don't often say negative, positive. I go up or down. So at the moment you have a down thought, you are also having an up thought at the same moment about that same scenario, because this is what merges us together. This is what merges us with synchronicity. You can't have a down moment without an up moment. You can't have an up moment without a down moment. So if that thought was, I'm not good enough, and it has to be around something specific. So you've got that, here's the story, I'm not good enough with doing my hair. I don't know if that one came out because it's clearly one that I think because I go to the hairdresser often. So at the moment, and you have to go to the exact moment, at the moment I think I'm not good enough to doing my hair. So it was 10 o'clock this morning. I looked at my hair and went, it needs doing. You must have a specific moment. This wasn't actually 10 o'clock this morning, I had that moment. But the exact moment I'm not good enough to doing my hair, you're also thinking the opposite, is I am good enough to do my hair. So what is that internal thought comes to you? And each moment you're going to do this, every time you have a negative or a downward thought, you also have a positive thought at the same moment. And then it balances it out. And you don't need to journal, you don't need to go on to this part, you don't need to carry on. You're literally just balancing out that negative thought to yourself as where do you have the other positive thought that goes with that. If you need some help with that, drop it in the chat. I can help you with that. No problem. No problem. 19 years. I love this part about our internal dialogue that we have. So that is seeing the divine order that you cannot have a negative thought without a positive thought. And you cannot have a positive thought without a negative thought. So the other tip I'm going to give you is techniques. And they actually help you boost your confidence and eliminates your self-doubt. So you'll hear about people visualizing. You will have known that. You've been told to visualize things. So you're going to picture yourself. God, my words are going very wobbly gook. And as I say that, there's also the opposite there. So at the moment, I'm saying picture yourself succeeding before you take action. So if you're going to visualize, this is what I'm going to do, whether it's here, whether it's going to present, whether it's going to do a Facebook Live, whatever that stuff, picture yourself succeeding and what that looks like, all the steps before you take action. Because if you can eliminate all that chaos and see yourself succeeding in that way, that's where you're going. So athletes, top elite people use this technique to enhance their performance. And, of course, it works for mindset too. Absolutely. This is a great one. I'm visualizing it. What steps am I taking? What am I doing? And you can see it clearly. That's going to be more going to happen to you than the other. There's also your affirmations and what you say and how your body acts. So your body language affects your brain, 100%. So if you're feeling like this and depleted, disheveled, all of those things, your body's going to take on that energy. But instantly if you put your shoulders back, you arch your back, your shoulders back, and you stand up tall, and you take that deep breath and use the words as well that go with it, is I'm capable, I'm ready for this. But you must believe them. So the moment you put your shoulders back and you say things, there's just a different level of energy, because you cannot say, when you're down here, you're down low, clearly. But when you're sitting your shoulders back and you're saying, I'm having a really bad day, your body doesn't believe it, because your shoulders are back, you're standing tall, and you're taking a deep breath. So it's all about tricking that mind of yours, which is actually just a wonderful way of just getting it back on track. Now, the other part about that, as I sit up straight tall, I think about this, is you're going to take the wins. Now, they may be small, but they're still wins. So take every win you have seriously. And your confidence grows through action when you can see those moments where you've actually had something and then you've gone, oh, it's actually not as bad as what I thought. Oh, I made it through, whatever those are. So you're going to celebrate those small achievements, because they're actually not small. You're actually going to celebrate all achievements, and it's going to build your momentum, and it's going to reinforce your self-belief of yourself. The next tip I'm going to give you is daily habits strengthen a growth-orientated mindset. Daily habits strengthen a growth-orientated mindset. So ensure you have a routine going. And that's a mindset routine, not just I get up out of bed and I clean my teeth and I go to the toilet and whatever those things. So you're going to start each day and end each day with gratitude. That's your simple number one right now. You're going to think about your goal setting and your affirmations, and you're going to start your day with that, and it's going to set up an uplifting tone. That's how you're going to start your day. And when you go to bed at night, you're going to think about your gratitude, and you're going to shut that down, and you're going to have a more blissful sleep. You're also going to surround yourself with like-minded people. You're going to surround yourself with growth-minded people, actually, not just like-minded people. So your environment actually influences your thinking. It influences your thinking. So you're going to connect with those who challenge and uplift you, and those who are on your journey with you, but they're actually not just going to keep saying yes, yes, yes to you. They're actually going to challenge you to step up. Is that the truth, or is that an old story? Because I've heard that 3 or 4 times before. What's actually in the way? Let's just dig down to that. And remember that I'm here for you. Remember that I'm here for you. So if you want someone who's going to up-level your growth mind, hello. Do we have to do the old business card thing again? Hello, here I am. The other thing is you're going to learn. And I say you're going to learn from failure, but I really don't want to say you're going to learn. You're going to have an experience, and it's up to you if you're going to learn from that experience or not. So instead of fearing mistakes, instead of fearing these mistakes that we have, you're going to reflect on what they educate you with. What do they educate you with? Because what did I experience today that I could evolve from? Now, there's a few things I've already done. It's 10:30 in the morning. This morning, I've been in my office for a few hours already, and there's quite a few things that I can evolve from. And I've noted them down on my little piece of paper. And that doesn't look like there's a lot on there. There is. Don't you worry about that. There's a few things for me to work through on this, because I'm going to constantly evolve from this. I'm not going to let myself stay small and stagnant to where I am. So I'm going to learn. I'm going to take that experience and I'm going to work from that. So when you're looking at the setbacks, there's a few things that we go into. So your mindset will definitely be one of the things that take you on a journey and can make you swipe left or swipe right. Definitely. So you're going to shift from that left or right swipe, and you're going to go, why me, to what's the bigger experience here? You're not going to go, why me, why me, why me? You're going to go, what's the bigger experience here? What's truly going on? And you're going to know that every challenge you have contains an experience. Instead of dwelling on failure, what can I take away from this? What can I take away from this? Just bear with me for one moment. Excuse me. I trust that didn't come across as your sound. So what's the bigger experience that I'm seeing here? Because when we're sitting in this blocked state and we're like this and we're depleted, we're not going to see anything. So it is taking ourselves away, and we're looking at, what can I take away from this? What experience is truly here for me to see with my eyes open? Now, this may not happen straight away. You may not see things straight away. You may want to do certain other things, and that's okay. But when you're ready. So what you can do is you can just write these things down and go, I'm going to come back to it. But you must come back to it and honor that you're going to do something. Now, you're also going to reframe your failure. And I say failure, and it's just such an icky word. Reframe your experiences as feedback. So when I think about the gazillion people out there in the world who have literally failed at everything they've done, even KFC, he got a gazillion fails, Disney, Oprah, Michael Jordan, like all of the fails that they've had. It's just repeatedly leveling them up. So you're going to see these failures as a stepping stone, and it's not a dead end. It's not a dead end. No matter when you, quotation, fail, it's not a dead end to where you are. And when you're doing this, you're going to keep moving. The key is to keep moving. Action is absolutely the key in what we do and how we do it. So whatever happens to us in the past, we're not going to let those setbacks, or whatever you want to call them, those wobbles or anything, we're not going to let them define us. We're going to use them as, you know what I'm going to say, fuel to grow stronger. We're going to use them as fuel to grow stronger, because they're just literally little wobbles in there. Now, the other one I'm going to say, hang on a moment, is don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally, because we know when you take things personally, it can take you on a whole nother story. We don't know what the other person's dealing with. When they're, we often kick the dog when they're the closest to us, and I say that, but I don't mean the dog, because I've got 2 dogs, but we often kick those who are closest to us. So when someone's had a bad day and we come in and we say or do something, it can also escalate, because the day before they were fine, but today they can't handle it. And that's okay. But just be aware that you can't take anything personally, because you don't know if they've slept, you don't know if they've eaten healthy, you don't know what's going on in their mindset, you don't know if they're actually inspired today or not. So we are human with human experiences constantly. We are a human being with human experiences constantly. So don't take anything personally. Know you have feelings. Know that you have things going on. And it's okay to take yourself away when the situation doesn't feel right, when you're going to rewire that mindset. The next one I'm going to say is glitter bomb. Glitter bomb, glitter bomb. Do whatever it is that lights you up. And that could be, for me, going in the grass and walking in the grass outside. It could be watering my garden. These nails aren't a garden person, but I can assure you, but sometimes I just go out into the watering my garden because it just helps me feel grounded. Sometimes I put on my bright lippy. Sometimes I wear a different deodorant. Sometimes I get on the phone and talk to a friend. Sometimes I listen to a podcast. Sometimes I scroll on social media and next thing you know, 2 hours has gone by. But there's a purpose to all of that. It's what lights me up at that time. It's what lights me up at that time. And it means I'm not getting bogged down with things that are in my way. I'm going, you know what? Right now I require my glitter time. If you're not scheduling 4 or 5 glitter times throughout the day, you're doomed. I'm going to say you're doomed. 4 or 5 glitter bombs just allow you to take a minute away from work. Lets you take a minute away from your office. Lets you do something that pause and reflect to know where you're going and what you're doing. Nothing's personal here. Nothing's personal. And then I'm just going to go over here and just, because I'm clearly not seeing if anyone's on here today, so we're just going to jump into this Facebook Live over here. And the next tip I'm going to give you is to remind you that I am here. I am here, I am here, I am here. Debs Cooper's here. She's here to do the best she can with you. I've been in business 19 years. If you have any questions, then throw them my way. Throw them my way. I can help you resolve whatever is going on in your mind. I can take you to, let's just find this happening now. I think we're going live. I just want to see how we've got people here. Crikey. I think I've got up with a bad connection too. So I can see those questions. So just know that I am here for you, 19 years in business. And this is about building success and resilience in what you do. This is about building success and resilience in what you do. And this mindset can take us on a very ugly journey if we let it. It can take us on a very ugly journey when we let it. But that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to do that. Now I'm just going to go over here and go, hi, Joy. And hi, William. Yes, William. Yes. So I want to thank everyone for coming here today. Strategies to rewire your mindset. The quickest way I do it, hand on heart, remind myself I live here, and for every negative thought, there's a positive thought. So as we go from today, I want you to think about the tips I've shared today, the strategies I've shared with you. And if you like this, I would love you to. The next step is share what that strategy you're going to take today with you. What is that strategy you are going to implement today that you're going to start changing to rewire your mindset? What are those things you're going to do today to change and rewire your mindset? I would love to know that. Now, I am signing off. Yep, doesn't look like there's any more messages on there. Thank you very much for joining me. Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist. Strategies to rewire your mindset. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat or send me a private message. I'm here for you. Thank you for joining, and I will see you next week on my next live.